Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? I'm going to give it a couple of minutes until all of you all join me. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Give me a couple of minutes until all of you all join me. All right, let me just check. I'm on the right platform. All right. All right. I see two of y'all. Perfect. I am going to start in a minute. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. How are you? I hope you guys are all excited about today's topic because it's quite interesting and it's more technical. So, I thought I would start producing this kind of content because it will really help to expand your knowledge as well. Guys, show me that you're here, react, send me a like or love, a comment. Hi, Nimit. Good to see you. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. Yes, Karen, you are the first one to arrive. Again, I don't know why the comments are lagging on my end. So I have to look at it through my phone. All right, I'm seeing. Hey, MJ, good to see you. All right, I hope you guys have had a good February so far. Yes, the energies have been pretty interesting, a little up and down, and probably in the middle with Valentine's Day and stuff. You guys were probably purging a lot. So, has been quite an intense month. But remember, guys, love is unconditional, love is everywhere. So, love is meant to be celebrated, just not in a very 3D way, but multidimensional way. So today's topic is very interesting. It's mission related and it is connected to the twin flame journey, and for you to get an understanding what happens before you incarnate on earth, because there's so much that happens, so much that you are picking up, figuring out figuring out and stuff like that. So that's why this topic, again, this was a topic that while I was teaching some of my students and talking about to my clients, I channeled this and I thought, all right, this will make a perfect topic. So today's topic is about why twin flames go through pre-Earth simulations on other star systems before incarnating on Earth. What is the purpose of it all? Does it truly prepare us twin flames? And what are these pre-Earth simulations? Are they part of a training program? Is this life about a training program? Well, this life is about everything because today's topic is meant to guide you and give you the awareness that is needed for you to understand what are missions for twin flames, what are pre-earth mission preparation techniques, things like that. And again, no matter how much preparation is done in the star worlds, we are not quite prepared for Earth because Earth is unique on its own. Because for pre Earth simulations, you're literally, when you're training, you know the players. Everything is controlled. Everything is controlled in the simulation because it is your actors, your players. But on Earth, you're being thrown into a jungle where you don't know what to expect. So, no matter how much preparation you do back up there, you're never quite prepared. But however, I still want to talk about how important these preparations are, and also pre-earth simulation preparation serves as memory too. So often you may be confused. Sometimes you may have a false memory from a pre-earth simulation and you may think that, hey, this is what I experienced with my divine counterpart. What you go through training is not meant to traumatize you. So, today we're going to figure out what is a true memory and what is a false memory as well. So we're going to talk about all of this. So I hope you guys are excited about today's topic because it is meant to be really, really interesting. All right. I am going to start. Again, I know this topic is pretty confusing. So, you're like, what it is. So, let me break it down first. What are pre Earth simulations? So, as twin flames, we are often here on Earth for missions, right? We are here to serve a particular purpose or many purposes and many missions. Rarely do twin flames come to Earth on a holiday or just for visitation purposes. Most of the time, 99% of the time, twin flames are here on mission, are here to anchor light, be grid workers. In some cases, where one of your divine counterpart goes to Earth first, you're here to get your twin flame out. For others, it's about saving soul family members or helping others who are stuck in the simulation. These are the various purposes. So, in order to get to Earth, you can just get to Earth and you can be trapped in a jungle without preparation, right? Like example, you're a soldier and if you don't do training and you go fight a war, chances of you dying prematurely is higher than if you had training. At least you know what you're doing. So same thing. As twin flames, we go through training programs, and one of the most popular ones are the pre Earth simulation program. So, here it's just like Earth, but it's a simulation that is created by the Galactic Federation, whoever the actors are, for us to particularly train for our missions on Earth. Often, this is a very intensive training that takes place. So you are given all sorts of simulations. You even experience like minus 12D, minus 13D, crazy kind of simulations that is making you stronger and preparing you for Earth. So often, when you start to awaken, you may confuse these simulation memories with real Earth memories. Hence, when all the confusion starts to arise. So, for example, you may be saying, like, hey, I did see this in my past life with my twin flame, but however, someone is saying that it's not true. Firstly, the person who is helping you check the records has to be legit. That's number one. Secondly, clarification really helps you to distinguish between what is earth based trauma and what is simulation memory. If it's simulation memory, you are not meant to be traumatized because after you go through that simulation, you often go through a clearing process and a healing process that is done back there in your starseed home, starseed worlds. So it is not meant to affect your experience here on Earth. It's only meant to serve as an experience here on Earth. Having said that, I'm going to first talk about what happens specifically in these simulations. And then I'll teach you guys, I'll guide you guys to figure out what could be a simulation memory, which is a false memory because it's not real. What happens on real Earth is considered a real memory, even though Earth is an illusory planet. But what happens on Earth is still as as real as it can be. Okay, so as I was just explaining, you go through the worst kind of simulations that you may not even experience on Earth as far as past lives are concerned. So, for example, you may have been going through multiple cycles where you keep losing your divine counterpart to a flood, for example. Back then, when it is happening in a simulation context, what happens is that you are being prepared to face that loss of your divine counterpart. So when it actually happens on Earth, you're more prepared to go through that emotional process because you're already taught and trained to release it and process it. Sometimes what happens is that When you are half healed and half healing and a bit confused, all of these false memories from the Earth simulations and what truly happened on Earth gets mangled up. That's when you go into a shock state. Oh no, I am so scared that I'm going to lose my twin over and over and over again. No. So that's why it's so important to transmute all of these experiences as one, irregardless whether they are false memories or real memories. The basis of it is the transmutation process, which is you release. And that is how you're going to heal. Next up is, does this pre simulations truly help us? Absolutely, it does. Because if you don't come with any kind of preparation, you are going to be stuck on Earth for an indefinite period. Having this training up there gives you context, gives you, but it truly doesn't prepare you for your purpose on Earth either. It only gives you probably like 70% preparation. And again, it depends on the individual soul. It depends on the twin flames counterpart as well. So, for example, your divine masculine goes through like maybe 2000 pre Earth simulation lifetimes as a preparation and goes to Earth first and realizes that still he is not prepared, and you watching both the simulations and the reality that's happening, you're saying, thinking, hey, in the simulation he acted this way, he responded this way, but on real Earth he is actually going off. Even though amnesia is a common factor in both these situations, when you're on Earth, you're constantly being attacked by the not so good energies. So fundamentally, there is a chance that soul facet loss. You may lose these experiences. You may not remember them. They might be deprived from you. You might be implanted to a point that your experiences have no value. So what happens is the not so good energies, they may turn these experiences as though you had lived it on Earth. So if they were traumatizing experiences, on top of the trauma that you're going through on Earth, it's going to be amplified with the false memories, training memories that are there. This is when the soul goes into shock and it gets further stuck on Earth. That's why everything that you see, you need to ask God, what is it? Is it real? Is it part of my training? Is it something that I really experience on Earth, on real Earth, part of this illusory experience? Or was it a preparation experience? When you're able to differentiate this, you get a better understanding of what your mission is. Because once you start remembering your training before coming to Earth, it starts to fall into place. Like everything starts to fall. It starts with one memory and then it just keeps on happening. Hi Laura, hi Samantha, hi Dawn. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's lagging and I'm not able to like get comments in real time. I hope I'm not lagging up here. All right, I am just going to continue on. I hope you guys find this topic interesting. Please do ask me questions later because it is intense. So, as I was talking about the purpose behind these pre Earth simulations, the biggest giveaway is that when it is a preparation simulation, the traumas are not real, the scars are not real. And again, they are kind of calibrated and controlled to what you can take. But when you're on Earth, you don't have that luxury of that. Whatever situation you're thrown into, you're thrown into. No one's going to have empathy or sympathy or compassion towards you. So if you're going down the dark path, you are going to be trapped in the dark path. That's why, again, in a lot of ancient texts, a lot of poems, mystics have sang about, they would always say this: let me forget everything, but please not let me not forget you, God. Because if I remember God, I am safe. So that is what I want you guys to adapt. If you start remembering God, experiencing God, having a relationship with God, everything doesn't matter, you are safe. So there's another question that always pops up: is this the only preparation module that Twin Flames, I mean, other souls go through this as well? Or are there anything else? This is just one of the major training programs. But of course, because you're a sovereign being, and again, some Twin Flames want to just get to Earth because their divine counterpart is stuck, they might not complete this training program. So that's when the problem starts. So you're half prepared, half trained, and you go in, you get into bigger trouble because you kind of know and you don't kind of know. Some don't even go through the training program and go straight to Earth because they just want to get the twin flame out. Some are very arrogant, they don't want to go through any kind of training program and think that, hey, it's Earth, I'll be able to deal with it. Whatever the situation, pre-training, pre-earth simulation training is so vital. It really differentiates you from a super soldier to a normal soldier. If you had this training, you're definitely well equipped and well prepared because you have done it before in a simulation context. You kind of know deep within, in your DNA, it's taught somewhere how to deal with these situations. And the best part of it is, it's not like earth training, which is linear. This is holographic. So you are given all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of responses, what is good, what is best. And when the debrief happens, you manage to cut through it all. Next up is, it gives you great context and clarity on earth as well. Having that preparation to navigate through Earth at least gives you that idea of what to expect. Another significant part of the training is managing amnesia and how to connect to your higher soul, higher self, God, despite the energetic wall, which is amnesia, that causes you to not remember where you came from. So the preparation that happens in the pre-simulation context help you prepare for that as well. So that is the reason why some of us are able to remember where we came from compared to some who are not able to remember at all. Because when we go through, like I went through a lot of training. So even though this is my first lifetime on Earth, I've gone through millions and millions of simulation practice back there. In fact, I was the creator of this simulation program. So, but again, I would not say that I'm fully prepared for Earth. See, that's where I'm getting. See, you are never quite fully prepared for Earth. So you still have to have that 10% of anything can happen mindset. So that is also part of the training program where you're able to handle anything as it comes. So the truth is, no one is quite prepared for their adventure on Earth. No matter how experienced you are, no matter how much training you go through. So this is the challenge we face when we are on the other side of the veil. We are constantly introducing new programs, mission training, everything to prepare souls to enter Earth. We are not going to be the last, we are not going to be the first. Even after us, there are going to be souls coming in. So everything that happens here on real time, real Earth, it's constantly mapping our experience inside and outside. So never feel what you experience doesn't matter at all. Always remember, guys, everything you experience is helping your future counterpart, your future selves, your past selves, not only on the twin flame experience, it's going to help the collective as well. What you're going through at this moment has got a lot of value because all of our experiences are collected and analyzed and used for preparation training as well. So sometimes you may feel like I don't deserve to go through this crazy suffering. What did I go? Why? Why does this happen? Why must I suffer and suffer and suffer? Is there no end to what I go through? Everything that go through has some value. It helps future souls that come into earth. It helps past souls understand why earth is so complicated. So basically we are constantly upgrading, updating, preparing ourselves to fight this bigger war, the galactic war. Again, the galactic war is not like an earth based war, which is, weapons and stuff. This is an energetic war that one is facing. So you are never quite prepared for anything on earth. Having said that, having preparation does help in your experience. So now I'm going to talk about false memories and real earth memories. So false memories are simulation memories which the not so good energies hack into when you're on earth. When you're laying dormant, completely powerless, you are susceptible to attacks. So what these not so good energies do is they extract all your memories, mangle them up and use it to their advantage. So for example, you have got your real memories include union visions of the future. The not so good energies will take some of your training memories and make it seem like union is impossible. So you may be waking up from bad dreams where you're in tragic circumstances. Somehow, this is how they do the programming, implantation programming on twin flames or other souls. Okay, again, because this is a twin flame platform, I'm talking in terms of a twin flame context. So nothing that we have within is ever safe as well. Having said that, you still don't have to fear because when you have the strength of the universe, the power of God guiding you always, you can still protect yourself. So with pre-earth simulations, preparation, you go through another training program called the protection training, which means all the information that you bring to earth are coded multiple times, multi-layer coded. So that's the reason why sometimes some readers might not pick up on your twin flame connection because there is a mission protection there. Sometimes they can't pick up on your past life or where you're from or not gain accurate information because strictly before arriving on earth you have got instructions that these information cannot be revealed to anyone except certain people. So that's why, example, often when a client comes to me, somehow I'm able to read their records because that is something that we may have agreed before coming to earth. So when you go to maybe a reader that you don't resonate with, or it's not the reader's fault, it's just that you have got ample protection that the reader may not be able to see what's in the records. Again, the records are a very sacred source of information, which is not going to just reveal information to anyone. You need to be in a certain vibrational status to even access the records. So the records may be in 5D, but you need to be in the vibration of 7D and above to access it accurately. So that's why sometimes some readers, they get it half right, half not right. But again, there is no judgment. It all depends on you as well. When you have so much mission protection as part of your program training, and I explained to you why it's necessary. You don't want the not so good energies to extract your false memories, real memories, mangle them up and cause you more suffering. So having this, so sometimes twin flames may have a false, um, they may have multiple false programs as part of protection, and they may come out as soulmates. So when someone does a surface level channeling or reading, they might pick that up only when they delve deeper they will be able to see, hey, mission protection, confidentiality, few eyes only, all of these layers, and then they'll be able to say, yes, you guys are twin flames, you were split in like 13D or whichever dimension. That's why even for twin flame checks, I do multiple layers of checks with all permissions. So that's why sometimes when you ask for something in public, it may not come through. When you ask for something in private, you might get that, because maybe as far as your mission is concerned, people may, others may not, your mission is protected such that others may not need to know that you're on a twin flame journey, for example. So then again, pre-simulation preparation. In these false memories, there may be, you are twin flames, nothing can change that, it's an historic point, right? But in these fake simulations, as part of training, you may put on the role as soulmates, for example. So example, the psychic who picks up that record may say, hey, you're both soulmates because that's what I saw in one of your past lives. That's why checking, especially when it comes to twin flame checks, it's so important to go through layers and layers and layers, and that's why it takes a lot of time. That's why, like all our readers here and me, we spend a lot of time going through these twin flame checks, and sometimes it's not valued, like some are using false names, coming in different names just so that they get the answer that they want to receive, which is not fair, right? When we are spending so much time going through layers and layers of protection, getting permission from God to give you the answer that we want to give. But sometimes, but just like all systems, this is also abuse. So, with that, having said that, what is most important is that to know, when you have a lot of clarity within your mind, soul, and body, you will realize that you are not prone to attacks on 3D Earth. As I was talking in terms of vibrations, right? The Akashic records are in 5D for multi-dimensional access for all races and cultures and beings. But you need to be in 7D and above to access the real records. So I have briefly talked about the false Akashic records created by the not so good energies. So this is what they do. They steal your pre-simulation memories, put it in the records. And so if you go to a negative soul reader, you will get a reading, but it is meant to stir you off your path. So always remember, every reading is supposed to empower you, always, and you would know that energetically. That's why sometimes you just have this feeling when you go to someone, hey, you know what, I feel good, you know what, I don't. So always trust your intuition with that, guys, and always remember, God is with you. So now I'm going to focus on how you're going to be able to differentiate pre-earth simulation memories to real earth memories. Real earth memories, remember, there is no analysis, there is no feedback. You are not going to sit down with your team to discuss what went right, what went wrong. So they are very pure in that sense. Whereas if it's a pre-earth simulation memory, there is a lot of comments and reviews that come around the memory. So the memory in itself can be differentiated energetically. So sometimes you are remembering pre-earth simulation memories through your dreams. So that's why you may be questioning, hey, is this a real memory? But always remember, guy, even in pre Earth simulation memories, what you're experiencing at that moment is real. It's just that it's not happening on Earth. But you may be asking me this question, but what does it have to do with my present? Why is this so relevant? It is relevant because this topic gives you awareness of what happens before you come to Earth. So the next time you're thinking, hey, why am I suffering so much? Why am I going through situations that don't seem to end? Remember that you have been trained for this. You have been going through many millions of simulation experiences to partake on this real experience and to transmute, evolve, and transcend. So, this is the real test, the real exam, what you're going through on earth. And in order to pass with flying colors, three key factors are necessary: surrender to God, acceptance of your present on earth, however your circumstances are. Third, unconditional love. No matter what happens, you're always protected. And within that context, never to give your power away to anything or anyone. Always remember that there is a reason why a lot of things. Now I'm going to talk about mission codes. The reason why a lot of your mission codes are protected, or they tend to be um, deactivated, or not all information is presented to you at the same time, is because, again, for protection reasons. So that's the reason why when you first meet your DM, there are certain codes that you exchange. So in a twin flame situation, the codes are spread out. So not one, that means the half of you won't be carrying all the codes all at once. Again, this is for protection. So there are bits of puzzles that your DM carries, there are bits and pieces of puzzles you carry, and only at certain times do these codes, puzzle codes, get activated. So again, some examples of codes transference is through cooking. So you may be wondering, why am I cooking so much for my divine masculine? Or why am I gifting him so much? Sometimes it's love bombing, but sometimes this is one methodology, one way of energy transference with your divine counterpart. Then you may be asking me the question, why separation when everything is so clear? Why can't we just be together? That's the thing, right? If you are just going to be together, your light is going to shine so bright and you are going to be obvious to the not so good energies, and you're going to be prone to attacks. So again, within earth you go through preparation. So the separation is actually preparing you to take on what you may experience in the future when you get together with your divine counterpart. So all these codes activate at certain times. Hence, that's why you can't rush the process, especially when it comes to union process. What happens as a healer is that I don't rush your union codes. I just ensure if the dark energies have tried to reprogram your codes or anything, I remove those obstacles so that union happens at the time it's meant to happen. So that's what's going on. So sometimes don't beat yourself up over the fact that, hey, I'm not in union yet. Just remember, maybe you're not ready for union yet. Not only because you're ready because you're not healed. No, not like that. Mission, vibration, frequency, the time is not here yet. So your divine masculine carries a lot of that burden. So that's why he's pushing you away. He's rejecting you. He's saying, I'm not interested in you, or I don't like you, or I don't believe in any of this, or he doesn't believe in anything at all. He only thinks that one life exists. He says all this because that's the only way to divert the not so good energies from you guys. So sometimes you may be feeling, hey, why am I not seeing my divine masculine? It's been over, for example, it has been over 2 years and 3 months. Why that? Why didn't I even bump into him? He's so close to me. He literally lives in the same country as me. It's because of mission protection reason, guys. So, the only thing you can do right now is that bring your vibrations to a certain degree so that these codes start unlocking. So, like I had mentioned, there are mission codes out there that are meant to only activate at a certain time. But however, if you are constantly in a lower vibration, then the codes are not going to activate either. So, example, there is a date 2024 March 15. This particular mission code is supposed to be activated, but on that day, your vibration is minus 3D, then it's not going to activate. So that's when the Galactic Council will come in and reassess your situation. And this is why delays happen in Twin Flames Union too. So the kind of work I do is to remove or help raise your vibration so that your union timelines don't get delayed either. So can you see there are so many factors I'm working with when I'm doing your healing, for example. That's why the kind of healing I do is very, very complex. Next up, everything your divine masculine says, do not give verbal value to it. See what it feels energetically. So, for example, when your divine masculine is saying, I am not interested in you, don't take the words. Think about the energetic vibration you felt when he was saying those words. Do you truly believe that he said that? That is the key in deciphering messages from your divine masculine when you are in separation. But having said that, you don't go and argue with your DM and says, hey, I know you love me, but you're just bluffing your way through this. No, you respect, accept, and you move away. Divine timing, when both of you are vibrating at a certain vibration, you guys are going to get together, and then you don't even have to explain to one another anymore why your DM said that he doesn't like you or he rejected you or whatever. You will understand. In fact, it will become this big cosmic joke that you would just laugh about. Because when you unite, full multi-dimensional 3D physical earth union is that you're fully aware of what you're doing, where you are on this earth, and what you are, where you are headed. That is full union. Half past six union is when you have a lot of conflicts and it's a never ending cycle of pain. That's why if you aim for full spiritual, divinely guided, fully aware, I remember everything union, because that is the best union and it just gets better and better. And also remember, union is not the end, it's just the beginning to what you are both going to explore together in the universes. So some twin flames who get into union, even though this may be their last lifetime on earth, may choose to incarnate for another 25 lifetimes or 2500 lifetimes, because with this awareness they feel they can help wake up other twin flames or get them together. So again, this comes from a very altruistic point of view, comes from an altruistic place, and it is your individual decision whether you want to exit the matrix or whether you want to stay in the matrix. It's truly up to you. But if you are staying in the matrix, do it with full awareness, like Trinity and Neo of the latest Matrix movie. When they actually go back into the simulation, they are fully aware. All right, I'm going to have a look at some of the questions. Oh, Laura. Again, Laura, it was one of our conversations that inspired me to do this topic, right? We were talking about this. Laura says, hey, V, I love that you're talking about the training simulations. Yes. I'm really, really happy with today's live. Like everything that I'm channeling, again, on point. So I thank God. I thank my guides, higher self, for bringing this to you guys. Again, as you know, I don't prepare for any of my lives. I leave it in the hands of God, and always I'm able to deliver what I'm meant to deliver at this given moment. Oh, yes, Madonna, this will be my link for tipping. I actually have it up here, but I will send it again. So this is my tip jar. All right. Okay, now I'm seeing all the comments. Hi, Moni. Good to see you. Hi, Marion. Yes, Madonna, I've posted the tip link. Don, I agree. I wanted to call him out so many things years back, but now when we are united, I have no reason or desire to even care about those things. Exactly. That is actually a big sign of full union. And like Don says, it's all part of the journey. And since the ego has healed so much, you don't feel hurt or rejected by it. Yes, exactly. And yes, you will laugh about it and joke about it. You can already tell. Absolutely. That's why, guys, all these lectures that I'm trying to present to you is to help expand your knowledge base so that you remember what you have been through before coming to Earth. It's so even though it doesn't connect to your twin flame experience directly, knowing what happens, why you are here, gives you that foundational basis to understand the pain that you're trying to transmute. So I'm going to do these lectures every week. Now I'm going to again with the blessings of God and talking to all of you, I'm going to do topics that are intense, highly informative, and highly necessary for your journey as well. So I'm going to wrap up on this topic. Do you guys have any questions? Again, guys, if you have any questions, you can leave them as a comment on YouTube or here, and then I can address them in the following week. If there's a lot of popularity, I may even do a part two of these topics. So feel free to ask questions anytime. All right, so I'm just going to summarize what I talked about today. There is so much that happens beyond our earth experience. Even as I speak, each one of you, you've got a team of guides helping you navigate your journey on earth. But if you're completely shut off from these multi-dimensional etheric experiences, you are subconsciously giving your power away to the not so good energy. So let's call the not so good energies ignorance. If you are going to just enslave yourself towards ignorance, you are never going to attain mastery of self, self realization, and enlightenment, which is who you are. Having said that, again, there's no judgment. Some may want to be experiencing ignorance because that is their soul path. So that's where negative souls come about. They intentionally disconnect from God to live out a limited experience by stealing energies from the environment. Again, negative souls can't be, you are not allowed to go tell a negative soul, hey, become a positive soul, because you're not allowed to infringe in their personal sovereignty, even though they do to the positive souls. You have to always hold up the higher want due to the awareness you have. So that's the reason why, when it comes to soul realignment, soul reading, or Akashic records reading, clearing, healing, a negative soul firstly won't be drawn to any of it because their intention is not to be healed, because they want to experience a limited, disconnected experience from the cosmos. No judgment there. That's how they want to experience life. So on a soul level, everything is an experience. There's no good, there's no bad, even negative and positive. Only in 3D earth it becomes bad and good, but above 5D everything is one, everything is an experience. There is no judgment. But what you can do is don't give your power away. You only when you give your power away can the negative souls take your power. Don't be in a state of limbo. Don't give power away again and again. When you feel powerless, surrender to God. When you feel powerless, connect to the cosmos to regain power and identity, because you're always connected to the universe. So you have unlimited energies always. Always remember, without permission, no one can steal anything from you. A lot of you give your power away subconsciously. So these starts with signing contracts on 3D earth. The not so good energies subtly prepare you from birth to death to give your power away at every angle so that they can take your energies away. Remember those contracts that you sign when you sign up for something, pages, 40 pages, 50 pages, you don't even read? maybe it's time that you read it, because there could be a clause that says that you're giving your power away to this organization. But regardless, you have to sign it in order to be part of the system, right? Don't give your power away completely. So alter those clauses in your mind. So what you're signing away, do it in your own terms. That's what I'm saying. With that, the pre Earth simulations that you experience in other star systems is one of the biggest, most valued training programs ever, that it's proven to be highly successful for star seeds who have gone through it. Next, some of you may have skipped this due to urgency, due to a mission that you had to do on Earth, and you had no time to go through this training. Again, don't beat yourself up over it. But still, there's still a level of training that every soul goes through before going to Earth, unless you are like a rogue soul. Number three, false memories. When you come across a pre-Earth simulation memory, remember you can differentiate it. Easiest way is ask your guide, is this a pre-Earth simulation memory or is it a real memory that has happened on Earth? Pre-Earth simulation memories has got a certain color code because you have got reviews and it's part of a training program, so you will have that training mark on it. Real Earth memories are unaltered, pure. Nothing can be done to the memory itself unless the not so good energies are trying to reprogram it. But often they tend to remain pure and they are sitting in your records always. But in order to access your own records, you have to vibrate in 7D and above to get accurate access to your own information. Again, protection's sake, because you don't want to allow the not so good energies. The reason why negative souls can't enter above 70 is because 70 is when you go into that state of enlightenment and self-realization, no judgment, so there is no hidden motive. Negative souls want to create chaos because they have a motive which is lower dimensional vibrations. That's why you've got false records, false Akashic records that sits 4D or 5D, and a lot of people think that, oh, they're accessing that, they're correctly assessing the records. Actually not. It's just a library that has got false information. That's all. Like how you have false information on the internet, right? So in order to access the right information, you want credibility. Vibrational credibility is the core essence of entering the records. So now, from what you have learned, I want you to do a small reflection on what you have learned from this topic that I've channeled. How are you going to allow these pre-Earth simulations to inspire your present experience on Earth? Think of it. Pray to God, connect to your guides, and ask them, can you give me some of the tips I had received when I had gone through these training programs so that I can better navigate my presence on Earth right now? So with that, I'm going to close this topic. Guys, if you have any questions, do ask me now. Again, send me a reaction and I'll read out the list in a moment as well. Laura says minus 15D. Yeah, there's an infinite, as we were talking about it on Thursday, there are infinite number of dark dimensions as there is infinity. So there's infinity both ways. Rebecca, could you give me some more examples of what you mean by mission codes? All right, mission codes are information that is stored as a code that unlocks at a certain time to create a certain experience. So it could be a personal mission, it could be a joint mission. So for a joint mission to take place, all of your codes have to be activated at the same time for the mission to be carried out. So this could be memory codes. This could be mission codes. That means you're activated to balance a certain part of Earth, grid work wise. These mission codes are essential because when your divine masculine is dormant or asleep, he may not remember he is a twin flame. So when all of these mission codes are activated within him, he will remember who he is. So that's what I meant by personal mission codes. So personal mission codes relates to remembering who you are as a twin flame. Collective mission codes is when a group of you have set these mission codes are supposed to activate at a certain time. So think of it as like a spy movie. When different soldiers are activated at different points, you carry out this survival attack from the not so good energy. So you're literally getting into an energetic war on earth with these activated missions. So for example, you're saving 25 twin flames from going into minus 15D. So these mission codes activate you to get into action. So these are the two popular different types of mission codes, Rebecca. Laura, I def want my DM to come in woke or at least semi woke. If he comes in with complete amnesia, I'm going to be annoyed. Well, he is kind of going to come in with complete amnesia, but don't worry, things on earth are changing right now. After 20 after 2020, things have changed. People are more woke, more aware. You realize people get what we are like talking about. Like what I'm talking about, if I talked about it 30 years ago, people be like, what's wrong with her? But now people are able to understand this because the vibrations are high at the moment, and a lot of woke souls are vibrating really high, 4, 5, 6. Um, so it is. So again, guys, I'll probably do a topic on mission codes itself next week where I can just explain the different types of codes there are and what these codes really mean and what does it mean when you're exchanging codes in the form of food or anything or gifts. Because it's very, very